Hey,
Hello, Mohit. Welcome. Yeah. Hello everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce Mohit. Mohit is currently the lead blockchain engineer at Singularity Singapore and serves as a project admin and mentor at Score Labs organization in Google Summer of Code. With years of experience, he has participated in many programs like Google Summer of Code and has won over 30 nationals and international hackathons. Mohit has mentored over 15,000 students in blockchain and full stack development, inspiring the next generation of developers. Welcome, Mohit.
thank you for inviting me to this session, and I'm glad to be here. I think we can start the session, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
yes,
Yeah. Hello everyone. First of all, thank you for a great introduction. And I am Mohit. I'm a lead blockchain engineer at Singularity Singapore, and I'm also a project admin and mentor at GSOC for the C2SI organization, mentor at Code for GovTech. I'm a past alumni in GSOC, Summer of Bitcoin, GitHub externship, and of course, like I'm a hackathon geek. Uh, that is a little bit about me. And welcome to the session on decoding Web3, like all about blockchain, hackathons, open source, and code. So we would be covering a lot of things today. Of course, the time is very less, but I would try to cover these things. Like we will first understand why you should go into the blockchain space, what are the jobs and salaries in the blockchain, how you can start learning blockchain. I know you already have learned about these things, and maybe you have got some roadmap as well. But I will tell my point of view of roadmap, like what things you should start with and what things you should do. And then of course we will talk about the open source as well, which is like a very great opportunity in the web3 space. And I will talk about some platforms as well where you can contribute in open source easily and get some benefits as well. And I will talk about fellowships and open source, and of course my journey as well. So the first question that comes to everyone's mind is like, why blockchain, right? So the point of view is like there are a lot of opportunities and high paying jobs. When I say this, this is like 100% truth in the current present time. Like if you see in blockchain, and if you compare the salaries in FANG companies, there is like a big difference. Like the entry level, if you are not very good with blockchain, you will at least get 6 to 7 or 8 LPA if you at least know some of the basics and a lot of Solidity and Ethereum and Bitcoin kind of knowledge. You can easily get based on your projects 7 to 8 LPA. But if you are like a great developer, if you know Solidity in depth, you have created a lot of projects, you have worked on your Rust or any other skills, you can easily get 100K dollars, which is approximately 70 to 80 lakhs of salary. Of course, these are remote jobs. Mostly, the whole Web3 community works remotely, so everything is a remote job here, and uh, uh, the salaries are very high. But the given the thing is, you need to work on your skills. You need to learn Solidity, Ethereum, and other blockchain things, the blockchain core things in a good manner, so that you can crack the interviews. Of course, DSA is not asked a lot in uh, these interviews, but uh, the blockchain knowledge is a must. And I think this is not very difficult as compared to what you need to do in the Web2 companies, like especially the Amazon, Microsoft, Google. There you have to mug up a lot of lead code questions. DSA you have to do. Of course, DSA is important here as well, but not to that level. You need to be very good with the particular stack, the particular blockchain you are working on and you are applying for. So that's the first reason that why blockchain. The second thing is like there are a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities. So if you want to start a startup, uh, people here are ready to pay you. I would not say pay you. I would say invest in your project. So there are a lot of investments that you can easily gain. There are a lot of uh, programs going on where like basically they easily give grants and investments of uh, easily get grants and investments of around 100k, 200k, 250k. So if you want to start a startup, here you can easily get initial funding and you can launch your project, I think, very easily. The third thing is like it's the future of technology, of course. So uh, if we see for the next 5 or 10 years, uh, there is like a lot of like I feel like for next 5 and 10 years, uh, you will not like work in a lonely fashion or like in a lonely job space. There is every day there is something new going on in this technology, and with that there are a lot of opportunities that is coming to you with that respect. So that is like one of the benefits of being into the blockchain. A lot of people like think blockchain is already reached to its stable state, or it's like in the final state, it's too late to go into the blockchain. But I must tell you that it's not the case. Actually, we have not even conquered, like from my opinion and from many other people's opinion as well, we have not even reached to the 10% of the blockchain space. So what that means is like it is still very early. It's the era of like AI, when 20 30 years back AI was started. Now today we are reached to the chat GPT section, and of course it is bringing a lot of opportunities and new things that you can build on that. So in the same aspect, I would say blockchain is still very early. We have not even built the 10% of the infrastructure. There's a lot to do, and to do all those things we need developers. People need developers, company need developers, and I think that's the best thing that uh, you can do as an engineer to go into the blockchain and work for it. The fourth point is like it aligns with your full stack skills. So if you are working in AI, then website development, app development is not needed as such. You probably have to work on algorithms. You have probably have to work on maths, more of like in that space. But here in blockchain is just replacing the database. Okay, if you have like understood what exactly blockchain is just like a decentralized database. So instead of storing your data on a centralized server like Polygon, like Google or AWS, you are storing it in computers all around the world, which are called nodes. So you are storing your data around uh, the world in their computers, in your computer, in your father's computer, your mother's computer. So that is like what blockchain is. It's just a decentralized database. The front end, the back end still remains the same. You are just replacing a kind of MySQL and those MongoDB kind of thing. Of course, a little bit of back end as well. You write the backend code on the blockchain itself that runs on the blockchain, which we call as smart contracts. So that is what like the thing is with the blockchain. It aligns with your full stack skills. If you are a web developer, if you are a full stack developer or an app developer, you are already 50% into the blockchain. Now you just have to learn the blockchain stack, and you are good to go building applications and working in the blockchain space. The last point is like, of course, if you want to try something new, that is challenging and a good thing as well. So if you are someone who just gets bored doing the same thing every day again and again, in blockchain, I would just say every day you have to learn new thing. Every day there is something new coming up. You have to understand that, implement that, and that's the beauty of this technology. If you have any questions, I will probably take it at the end. So yeah. If we talk about like the demand growth for engineering roles, so you can see the blockchain engineer is like at the next level as of now. Of course, then there is security engineer, embedded engineer. I would not say just seeing this you go into the blockchain. The thing is you should understand blockchain space. You should uh, really like that uh, 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 really like the tech stack you want to work. The blockchain should align with your like mindset. I would recommend only then come in this space. It is not like just you are saying there are a lot of jobs, there are a lot of people paying for it, so you just get into it. So I would not recommend it. But yeah, if you are have heard about blockchain and it has really liked your uh, interest, so I think this is a good space to come in as compared to others, and of course the opportunities are also great. So I think this you already know, but to tell about like what are the exactly opportunities, the open source opportunities where you can work as a developer. This is very important to understand. So in Web2 world, there was front end HTML, CSS, JS. There was back end Node, Python, and then there was storage like MongoDB and MySQL. But in Web3, what is getting replaced? So the thing is, browser is same, front end is same. The only thing is like the back end stack is changed. Now there is node provider, which is not like anything that you have to work on. It's like a connection between your front end to the blockchain. uh, the the main things are like the smart contracts, and the next part is like the blockchain itself. So storage layer is being replaced by the blockchain, and the backend is replaced by the smart contracts. Now the thing is, as a developer, where you can work, it's both for the jobs as well as for the open source stuff. So if you are just into like smart contracts, if you want to be just a smart contract developer, you probably have to learn about Solidity, Viper, Rust. The main languages are like Solidity and Rust, and Rust being getting more popular day by day. Of course, it's a tough language as well. So Solidity and Rust are the main languages for smart contracts, and you can work as an auditor, which gets a huge uh, pay scale. They have a very like high paying job. So if you become an auditor is someone who basically works on the smart contracts and find out the bugs in those smart contracts. So you can become a Solidity engineer who just works on the smart contracts. You don't have to learn about front end and back end anything. You just write the smart contracts. The thing is, you just have to learn about the efficient smart contract programming, like how to write the best smart contracts. And then of course the Rust is basically for other blockchains like Solana, Near. Then there is Starknet and many other new blockchains are there, and the market is very huge here because there you can nowadays find a lot of Solidity developers, but you will not find a lot of Rust developers. So getting into Rust opens the doors for all those blockchains, and they are like hiring for it. The next part is like the blockchain itself. So if you want to work on the blockchain protocol itself, you want to build the Bitcoin, you want to build the Ethereum protocol, you want to build the Starknet or any other L2 protocol. So the languages for them is basically Rust and Go. These are the primary languages. Initially it was C++, Python as well, but now they are not being used. They are getting replaced. Bitcoin uses Python and C++ initially, but they are getting replaced with the Rust. So Rust has a coincidence between smart contracts and blockchain both. So if you are a Rust developer, you have a added advantage. But yeah, Rust and Go, if you have those knowledge, you can work on the protocol itself. You can, and there is very high demand for open source contributors. You get a lot of benefits if you contribute to these protocols itself, their code base. I will tell you about how you can contribute to them in some time. So that is like a great place to work on. And yeah, so if you have like a Rust and Go knowledge, you can get a lot of benefits. And of course, people are very less in this section, in the blockchain section where Rust and Go is the main thing. But you have to learn about like how exactly blockchain works, what are the consensus algorithms and all those things. But I think that's not a very difficult task if you are interested in blockchain, and there are a lot of resources now to understand all those concepts. So if we see like the era of how blockchain has evolved from past to current, initially it was Bitcoin with very slow speed. In 2009 it was launched, 2008. Then came the era of 2015 where like Ethereum came, 2016 exactly. So in Bitcoin, you couldn't send like you couldn't code. Actually, you cannot deploy smart contracts in Bitcoin in that era. But then Ethereum came. It came with the smart contracts, the logic of smart contracts. You can build and code things which can be deployed on the blockchain itself, and those smart contracts now can run in everyone's computer to check whether the code execution is correct or not. So that was what Ethereum brought up. And now we are in the third phase, like where a lot of blockchain has come. I also started in 2016, 2000, around 2018 itself, 2017, 18. So at that time, Ethereum was mostly the thing. There were like five, six more blockchains like Polygon and etc. Now today we have approximately 100 plus blockchains. I would say L2, L1s, and all those things. So uh, so the thing is. Today we have like 100 plus blockchains, and what that means is in 2018 if there were like 10x jobs, today we have approximately 100x jobs for all of you people, because these blockchains are hiring for the smart contract developers. They are like looking for basically the protocol engineers who can build these blockchain itself, and the demand is huge. Okay, and the pay is also huge. The pay is like at least 100K, that is 70 to 80 lakhs. So somebody asked me a question. I think, what is a TPS in efficiency? So TPS is basically transactions per second. So how many transactions it can do like uh, in a second. So Ethereum has uh, uh, like it can create like approximately 14 uh, um blocks per second, but this speed has like increases and decreases accordingly. But many new blockchains talk about like they have 100 uh, transactions per second speed, so you can like put these many of transactions in the block. So that is like what it says. Bitcoin of course has like very slow speeds. The block generation time is 10 seconds, so it works accordingly. So now the question comes, why you should start learning blockchain now, and this is very important. So you should not miss this opportunity where you are early in the blockchain. If I would say before 4, 5, 6 years, it was too early and there were a lot of benefits. Okay, and I took those benefits as well. Today also, I would say it's still early. There is a lot of opportunities in this market, and if you come today as well, you have a lot of benefits to cherish. We are like moving towards basically from web 1 to web 2 to web 3. You can see applications are getting replaced by the web 3 applications. Of course, you would say like in the users mobile phones, maybe in your day to day life, blockchain has not reached to your day to day life. But I am sure like in next 5 to 6 years or next 7 years, you will see blockchain in your day-to-day life as well, like same as what UPI is there. Maybe for payments you are using blockchain, maybe for storing data you are using blockchain. uh, we have not completely replaced, but for like a greater space, this is getting replaced. So now instead of drive, we use IPFS to store data and to like do like AWS kind of things. We have ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. So all these things have come in the Web3, and it is replacing all the applications of the Web2 space. And in next 6, 7 years, you will see everything getting replaced. And to build these applications, you can be the one. You can build the next generation of Google Cloud using blockchain. Today, we have a lot of applications like that, but they are not too much efficient. Efficiency is still a problem in the blockchain. And you, as a developer, can work in this space, can research in this space, and can try to increase or develop a application, let's say in the field of like storage, that it is 2x faster than Google Drive, and you just basically replace the Google Drive from the market and bring your own blockchain solution. So that is like what you can do in this. As I said, the jobs market is very high, and at the same time, as a startup space, you can launch all these applications. No one is like the market leader as of now in Web3 space for replacing these applications, but you can become the next and you can launch the next, that kind of stuff. So today, as I said, we have a lot of blockchains. It started very shortly, but today many things are there. This is like the whole space. It is much more than this. This is just a smaller one. There are lot of things, lot of protocols in the market, and everyone is doing something great. They are building the infrastructure, they are building the things, so you have the opportunity here. So on the roadmap side, let's talk about the roadmap now. So uh, uh, if you ask me to which blockchain to start with, I would say these are the ones. The first one is, like, of course, learn Bitcoin. There is a book called Groking Bitcoin. You can participate in Summer of Bitcoin as well. So uh, I have participated in Summer of Bitcoin. So there you will work on C++, Python, and Rust kind of things. There are some other projects as well on Bitcoin, like Node.js as well as there. Designing projects as well are there in Summer of Bitcoin. So you can start your journey with the Bitcoin ecosystem, and you should start it, understanding how it started, what is the things, and for that there is something called a book called Groking Bitcoin. So you can read that whole book. It's, you do not have to buy it. It's online version, okay? So it's PDF online available. You can search on Google, and it explains everything, how Bitcoin works, and it's a great thing. And Summer of Bitcoin also taught us, teaches like the same book. The founder of that book, the author of that book, basically comes in the Summer of Bitcoin program and teaches you the whole book by himself. So that is like uh, the first step that you need to do. The second part is like the Ethereum and Polygon. So you should, of course, definitely work on the Ethereum chain. Ethereum, Polygon, and other chains, like, we call these chains as EVM chains. Like, EVM is like the compiler. So ZK Sync, Polygon, Optimism, Arbitrum, these all chains are the same thing. So if you learn Ethereum, you learn all these chains. So for this, of course, you need to work on the Solidity and JavaScript tech stack. And I think once you have done with the Bitcoin, you should definitely work on this. Then there is Solana. It contains Rust contracts, mostly the Rust kind of blockchain it is. So for that you need Rust. I think that can be the third step. Then nowadays, like, there is Aptos, which is like Move based smart contracts, and Move is also getting popular. Okay, so that is one thing. And then there are Tezos if you want to work on Python based smart contracts. And then, of course, IPFS, which is for the storage thing. It's not basically a smart contract or anything. It is for storing the data. So if you ask me what is the right plan, the first thing is learn JavaScript, the full stack development, and web development. Do not directly jump on the blockchain. If you are in the first or second year, I would recommend you basically work on your JavaScript skills, full stack skills, build projects for next 1 or 2 months. At least you should have 3 projects in your uh, portfolio on JavaScript. And JavaScript basically means Next.js, React.js, Node.js, TypeScript, all these things. At least build 3 projects on it. And next 2 months, you should focus on this aspect. Once you are done with the JavaScript, you should move to the Learn Bitcoin blockchain. It will take approximately 2 weeks. So you don't have to code anything in Bitcoin blockchain. You mostly have to learn how the Bitcoin blockchain works, read that book, complete that book, go through some articles on the Medium and YouTube, understand what exactly Bitcoin is and all the things, how it works, the consensus model, maybe going the Bitcoin GitHub repo and see how the code is written there. It's just like you have to understand how Bitcoin works. Then comes the part of learn Ethereum and IPFS. So now the task is like, for the once you are done with the 2 weeks of Bitcoin journey, you should work on the Ethereum uh, for next 1 month. Learn Solidity completely. Learn how EVM works. There is the best resource for that is basically uh, there is protocol guild book. Okay, Ethereum protocol book. So it contains everything like how Ethereum works. So that is one space. And then there are Udemy and other courses as well. I will share it in a bit, all the resources where you can learn Ethereum and all these Solidity and Ethereum blockchain. So next 1 month you should work on this, and then you should start contributing to open source, make projects, participate in hackathons, and do internships for at least next 6 7 months. Okay, so you should work on Solidity and Ethereum itself and contribute to all this stuff. And the thing is, you should have at least 5 to 6 projects in your portfolio. So in resume, there should be very good projects. Maybe the initial one or two, three can be the lightweight projects like NFT or token and other projects. But after that, you should work on like some staking projects or some like DEX projects, some like in-depth concept you should implement on the Solidity smart contracts, and that should be your focus. Or as I said, once you have, you should keep building the projects and then of course contributing to the open source. What I mean by open source, see, like in Web3 everything is basically open source development, and there are a lot of projects. All the GitHub repos are publicly available. Anyone can solve an issue, can raise a pull request, and they are very like open to it. It is not like Microsoft or Google or any other organization where you might have to do a lot of things first and understand things. Or if you know smart contracts, you can work, let's say, on eigenlayer. Eigenlayer is a protocol on blockchain. You can just go to their repo, understand whole smart contracts, and then whatever the issues there are present in the GitHub, you can try solving it and making a PR. So it is very open, and they actually support you as well. So if you do very good, they will hire you as well. And there are some other benefits as well. We'll talk in a second. And then once you are done with 6 7 months of these things, you should move to like Solana, Tezos, and Aptos, the other blockchains and the Rust-based blockchains. Uh, of course, you have to learn Rust and move. I would not say to jump into the Rust in the first hand. Rust is not easy. It will take approximately 1 to 2 or 3 months to fully understand and become proficient in it. Actually, this is very less time I have said. Proficiency will come with more and more projects that you will build, but at least in 1 or 2 3 months, you would be able to make 2 3 projects on Rust. And initially, it will be daunting, but I think later on you will be great. And if you get that skill of Rust, you will be uh, like very worthy in the blockchain space. And then just keep on learning after that. Once you are done with Solana, Tezos, Aptos, uh, just keep learning new blockchains, new stack. And I think by this time you will be into the blockchain area, and you will automatically understand what to do and what not to do and which chain to work on. So I think by then you do not need any roadmap. You would be ready to like understand everything by yourself. But initially, to jump into the blockchain space, I think this is the correct roadmap to follow. And that is what I followed basically. So that is my opinion. Yeah, you can just take inspiration out of it and maybe change it according to your needs or whatever you have done uh, till now. So some of the resources, you can take a screenshot of it. So these are some of the resources where you can basically learn uh, blockchain. You can start with blockchain. I initially learned crypto zombies, and I still feel the crypto zombies course is one of the best course. There is like build space, crypto code school, quest book by creator ORS. It has written content. uh, then of course documentation. So uh, the documentation of like Ethereum, the Ethereum has the best documentation. It explains everything like how Ethereum and EVM works. And then there is learn web3 DAO. It's an hands-on learning, so you can try that. Of course, there is Alchemy University. It has courses. You can do those free courses and get NFTs as well. They issue you NFT certificates. Moralis YouTube. It has a lot of stuff. And then Solana. And there are many other YouTube channels now as well. Very new YouTube channels. Not only that, there are like some boot camps also happening. They are free boot camps. Maybe if you are active on Twitter, on YouTube, there are many boot camps nowadays coming up. They basically give you a travel scholarship to like fly to Bangalore or Himachal Pradesh to specific houses, which we call as hacker houses. There they teach you about all the blockchain concepts. Then you have to build a project with them for 1 week, And I think these are like a great kind of uh, like a great way to actually learn and then implement things and then earn as well, because it's a kind of small hackathon as well. And they basically fund you, so you have to fill your application and they then select you, and if you are selected, your all accommodation and flights are paid, and you just work with bunch of friends in a new city and work on blockchain concept. So that is another way to uh, learn. Of course, for that maybe you need a little bit better profile, not like great profile. They like take newbies as well. That's not only the experienced ones are taken. All the people who are new, they like select them as well. There is one going on Twitter. I don't remember the name, but uh, there is one new hacker house which is like very active on Twitter, asking for like developers, so you can fill the form that. Apart from that, if you need to start and you need resources, these are the places where you can start. Udemy also has like some good 3-4 courses, which is like top rated. And I think if you are a person who just need a course and from start to end you want to learn, I think that is the best place. Udemy has like in 300 400 you will get that course, you will get the certificate as well, and it just teaches you everything from start to end, everything like of solidity development. And of course there are some other resources as well, uh, but these are the primary ones. The next part that is very important, which is like why open source in web3. So that was about like how you can start into the blockchain space, why you should start learning blockchain, and how you can do that, and from where you can do that. Now the point comes why like you should work in the open source in Web3. Sometimes students, when they hear about open source, they think it is like something very difficult thing. We need to be very master of all the concepts, then only we can go into the open source. Some people don't understand what exactly is open source. So first of all, please understand open source is just about uh, you like contribute to the public projects, maybe in return of some benefits or in no return. Open source mostly means you do not want any benefits, but you want to contribute to the ecosystem and all those things. But in web3 this is not the case. Of course in web2 also this is not the case. In web3 you get a lot of benefits actually. Okay, and I will talk about them. So first of all, web3, as I the first point says, it's inherently open source. So what I mean by that is uh, what exactly is blockchain? Blockchain is like an open code developed by a bunch of developers like you. Okay, there is no central entity which is controlling the code. Okay, there is no Google or Microsoft people who are controlling the code. These are just bunch of people all around the world which have come. They like poured down the Bitcoin and now they maintain the Bitcoin repo. Okay, there is no organization which controls Bitcoin GitHub repo or an Ethereum GitHub repo or any other blockchains repo. Mostly all the blockchains are open source. So open source means you are free to contribute to it. Okay, given the conditions, you write the pull request correctly, you like solve the correct issue, you do all those things, and then a bunch of people basically review your pull request. Once like at least 10 or 15 people review that request and approve that, they then merge that into the uh, merge your code into the repo, and that is what we call as open source contributions. The benefits of this is basically you are building for the community. First of all, you are building your profile. Okay, in web3 if somebody is contributing to the open source repos and to the protocols, people see them very from a very good heart, and like a perception of being a good great developer. So if you have contributed to like Ethereum or all these blockchains, and if you mention that on your profile in web3, it is same thing as you mentioned DSA in your fan profile. Okay, if you mention lead code, so it has the same weightage in web3. Okay, and of course in web2 as well, but web3 has like at the greater place. Then the third point is many people ask me like they are not getting ideas to work in hackathons and all those things. They don't have an idea to which project to build. So for them as well, if you don't have any idea, just contribute to the open source projects, and you can mention those contributions um, in your profile and in your resume. And though whosoever has those mentions in their resume, they get easily hired in the Web3 space. So given the condition, you have a very great contributions, not like readme changes. But yeah, so it is a great way to build your profile if you're not getting ideas. And then, as I said, lots of hiring on open source contributions. So a lot of people you will hear in Web3 that they like contributed to the repos for 1 or 2 months, and after that, that company hired them for a salary of like 1 crore or 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs, 1.2 crores, remote job. And that is the case of open source contribution. And then there are like benefits like networking, of course. uh, People know you, he's someone who is contributing. If you share those things on GitHub, on Twitter and LinkedIn, people will get to know you, because the Web3 community is not very large as of now. It's a small community all around the world. So if you do something good, you like pop up in the ecosystem. Uh, you get easily known in the ecosystem. Then there are like fundings and grants as well. So in Ethereum Foundation and many other blockchains, if you solve something, if you build a tool for blockchain, if you build something for the blockchain, you can apply for grants. You easily get 7 to 8 lakhs to work on your open source tool. So let's say you built a library. Okay, you built a library. I also built a library like that. So I built a library for IPFS. So you can also build a library for Ethereum, a better library which solves some problem. And then you can apply for a grant, and they will grant you mostly. If the project is like of any use, and if it's a good project, you will get a grant easily. And sometimes the grant amount is like $50,000 as well, which is approximately 40 lakhs. So you get those much grants as well. And then of course airdrops. So in Web3, airdrop is a thing. Okay, you get free money. I would not recommend to like due to airdrops you work on it, but I think this is a great way to like help developers who are contributing to the open source projects. So what these blockchains does is like they have a crypto token. You know, like every blockchain has a token which is used for paying the transaction fee, for running the blockchain smoothly, and for the consensus. So when these blockchains launch these tokens, so what they do is like they airdrop it to the bunch of people. Airdrop means they give it free to the people. And how they like decide to whom they want to give? They probably decide by like putting the conditions like if somebody has interacted with their blockchain 10 times, 20 times, if they have contributed to the liquidity of the blockchains, or if a person has contributed to their open source projects, to their repositories, to their toolings, to like the projects in the whole Web3 ecosystem. So they decide like that. They find you through your GitHub. Okay, so they search for a GitHub repo. Like let's say there is ABC GitHub repo in the blockchain space, and you are contributing to it. A lot of people are contributing to it, and now they think like this project is very important, and for the whole Web3 community. So what they do is like they find all the usernames, GitHub usernames of all the people who have merged a pull request into this repo. They find that and decide like how much tokens they will be airdropped, and then a lot of people get that. So recently Starknet this did this. So Starknet airdropped approximately like 20 lakhs of worth of tokens to a lot of developers. Some people had contributed just 6 7 months back in a hackathon, and they got like one person got like 60 lakhs approximately worth of tokens. And maybe in future those tokens will grow to like 1 crore or 1.5 crore. Of course it can go down as well, but you can cash out at the same time. So you can see how they are giving. Same way optimism also grants. So if a lot of people, a lot of my friends who have like developed some libraries for Web3, they got approximately 1 crore of uh, I would not say airdrop. That is basically more of a grant, but it's actually not grant. It's just like uh, a pay for their contribution. So because grant means you have to complete the milestones, airdrops is free, you do not have to complete any milestones. And there is another section where they if you have done something great in the past, they give you some funds, they give you tokens. So Optimism recently gave tokens uh, to a lot of projects. Some of my friends also got that, and it was around 1 crore, 1.5 crore if you're contributing to it. And then of course it's challenging and exciting, same as Web3. So you are solving new things, you are solving the problems of a blockchain, and once you do that, it's a next level of satisfaction because you are getting money out of it, you are getting like people get to know you about it, you are making friends a lot, and of course you are solving the challenging problems. So that's the benefit. And then of course it's a great way to boost your knowledge. I think in Web3 this is the best way to boost the knowledge. And for those people who are not very good with coding and they are very good with like writing content or blogs or all these things, they can also like contribute to this open source community. So you can write blogs and articles, and you will get paid for it. I will tell you a platform where it happens. So these are the platforms you can contribute. Okay, you can take a screenshot of it. So one is like superteam.earn. So it's for Solana and many other projects as well, not specifically Solana, but Solana blockchain. So here you will find a lot of bounties. Uh, if I just open this and so you will see a lot of bounties are there, like $2,000, 4.5K dollars. So they are saying like build a dashboard for pith usage on EVM chain. So just build a dashboard and submit it. You will get approximately 4.5K. Then there is like uh, Soulfare create to earn, like you have to create a video and you will get paid 1K. Of course, there are some prizes. Then create a content. So if you are not a developer, if you are a content writer, you can also contribute to the Web3 in an open source way. Write these things. There are sometimes like you have to build a Twitter thread. You have to write a Twitter thread, and so you can see write a Twitter thread for Block AI, $600. So you can see how you can contribute to it, and you can earn. These are the open source contribution. There are some like projects as well. Okay, these are not only about content. There are like some like coding kind of stuff as well, like create a Telegram bot and all those things. So this is one platform. Then there is Build Guild. Build Guild is also where you can start learning your uh, blockchain. Okay, it's a platform to actually for newbies to learn blockchain, and then you can contribute to the Build Guild ecosystem itself, and you will get paid for it. You can apply for grants, and it is very quick grants. When I say grants, it's not like you have to form a team or do a lot of things. It's like easy to do. Then there is Only Dust. Only Dust has basically it's basically for Starknet blockchain, but many other blockchains are also there. So you directly get paid there, $1,000 or $2,000. So uh, they track the GitHub repos directly. In 1 month, how many contributions you will do, you will get paid accordingly. So if I just show you this one, uh, so you can see like, oh sorry, this was code for Arena. I'm not sure why the link is not opening. So uh, yeah, so I mean you can check out like Only Dust platform. So Only Dust is basically like again a open source contribution platform. You can search about it, and the best thing in that is like you keep contributing. There is a leaderboard going on, and after a month they pay somebody who has done a lot of contribution. Then there is for Code for Arena. These are for like the security enthusiast people and auditors. So you can audit smart contracts here, and there are like a lot of bounties listed. So if you found like 5 critical bugs, you will get paid approximately 30 to $40,000. And like that. So a lot of people compete here on Code for Arena, and whoever find the maximum bugs gets the maximum money. And then there is like Learn Web3. There also bounties are listed. Learn Web3 is a platform to learn as well, so you can start your blockchain journey there and then contribute to the projects. Then there is Dwork. Okay, again a bounty platform. Then there is like Bounty Caster. Uh, this is Bounty Caster, so you can search about it. Again, there are a lot of bounties listed which you can solve. So some of the fellowships and open source programs that we have, basically, I would recommend to you to like participate in. You can take a screenshot. One is of course Google Summer of Code. There are Web3 projects and Web2 projects both. Then there is Summer of Bitcoin to learn about Bitcoin and work on the Bitcoin ecosystem. Then there is e-fellowship by Devfolio. Then there is like Polygon and Celo fellowships. Then there is like ETH protocol fellowship by Ethereum Foundation. So this is also a great. Here directly the mentors from Ethereum Foundation will work with you, and you can contribute to the Ethereum ecosystem. And it's if you get into this, it's a great thing on your profile. Then there is MLH Web3 Fellowship. Of course, you know MLH has a lot of things. Then there is like GitHub externship. I have been the part of this as well, so this was a great thing. Then there's like Y Academy Fellowship, and then there are many other fellowships that come with time and time. So you can uh, keep an check on uh, Twitter and LinkedIn and find out all these things. So some of the tips that I want to give is like learn JavaScript initially. JavaScript is heavily used in blockchain ecosystem. Of course, this is the web development language as well. So do learn about it because it will make your blockchain journey easy. It will be easy to learn things. It will be easy to learn and build things. Participate in hackathons. I would uh, highly recommend it, and I am like a personal. This is my personal favorite. I have learned a lot of things in the hackathons itself. Uh, Always the thing is whenever you are learning a new language, it's not easy to learn it. Like it is actually easy to just watch a YouTube video, a full course on YouTube, but once you sit for like coding it down, it is not easy to do those things, and you will probably fail in that. You might have completed 1 month of Node.js or React.js, but the actual learning only happens when you build something out of what you have learned. And also, I say I would not uh, like if I am an interviewer and if you will say me that I know React.js and Node.js, I know this particular blockchain, I know hard hat or this thing, I will not trust you until and unless I see a project of that stack in your resume, or at least 2 to 3 projects. If one project is only there, then I think okay, it's fine. He's not a great. But everything in Web3, specifically, I would say in Web3, works on projects. So to build projects, you should have some idea what to build on. You should have some target. You should have some problem statement to solve. And I think hackathons are the best way to do so. Hackathons is not only about like building projects. Maybe you are building a tool, you are building something. There are a lot of blockchains in the market. They pay like in hackathons the prize money is like around at least 80 to 90 lakhs in each hackathon, and this 80 to 90 lakhs are split between a lot of people. So you will at least get $4,000, $5,000 of prize money. So I think this is the best way to learn, then implement, build a project as well, and then earn as well. So I say it like learn and earn. Hackathons are a way to learn and earn in an easy way. And the thing is, there are a lot of hackathons currently going on. You just need a team, or you can participate solo as well. And with me, the thing is, whenever I feel like I have to build something, I have to solve this thing in the in my day-to-day life in the Web3 ecosystem, I create that into a project and put it into a hackathon. And then you get recognition as well, and you get money as well, and you are building for the community, and you solved a problem for other people. So hackathon is not only about from the perspective of just going for one day and doing with it. You can build projects in hackathons, and then after those companies actually give you grants as well. They give you funds as well to continue building your project and launching into the market. So it's a great way to launch something as well. So you should definitely participate in hackathons, and there is a lot of money flowing in hackathons nowadays in the Web3 ecosystem, and you should definitely take a look on that. So, a quick tips from my side. First of all, as I said, target and then learn. It's not just watching the YouTube video and then uh, you are done with that language. First, think why I'm learning Node.js. Think what project I will be building after learning Node.js, and then when you are like doing that course, keep thinking in your mind what you are going to build and how you will implement with what that person is teaching on the YouTube. And in this way, you will be able to learn it in a better way and then implement it as well. And once you have like done a course, just directly implement and build a project out of it. Don't be afraid, like uh, everything is possible in this space. Maybe in open source you will uh, remember this line. In open source, easily initially when you will like see the GitHub repo, you might find a lot of code, a lot of things which you do not understand. But I must say, like, it will just take 7 to 8 days once you are like fully onto it to understand the whole repo, and then you can start working on it. This is the same thing for Google Summer of Code as well. So in Google Summer of Code, 90% of the people fail before applying for it, because when they see a lot of things, they say, we will not be able to do it. It is a lot of code base and a lot of things. But I would just say, just focus on it for 7 days. Maybe for few people it will take 15 days, for other people it will take 20 days, but I'm sure after 21 days you would be able to understand the whole code base, and you will be able to uh, like contribute to it. And you don't have to learn, you don't have to be master of anything to contribute in open source projects. You just have to be like, I would say 40% ready with whatever the knowledge you have, and then the next 30% you will learn while you are contributing, and then you will become the master. You will not become the master before contributing to any project. So that's the rule of uh, open source contribution. And always you have to learn something as a software engineer. In your job as well, in day-to-day life, you have to keep learning and doing those things. And as I said, without project your learning is nothing, so do take a note of it. So that was all about today's session, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Please put it into the chat box. You can connect with me on this code. If you need a guidance call, you can connect on this. If you will tweet about this session on Twitter and LinkedIn, whatever you have learned, I would recommend whatever you have learned, whatever you have gained from this session, tweet about it. I will give you a free session. Otherwise, it is paid. And yeah, that's all about it. And you can connect on my socials if you have any questions. And I always recommend one-to-one calls. So if you are really in need, I can give you a coupon code which is 100%. I don't want to like bombard uh, me with like unnecessary calls, so that's why it is paid as of now. But as I said, if you do something, do a proof of work, tweet on Twitter and LinkedIn, and I will send you in your inbox a coupon code which we can do a one-to-one call. You can talk about your like whatever questions you have. So that's all about it. And if you have any questions, please let me know about the blockchain space, open source space, jobs, or any roadmap that you want to know, anything. Sir, what is the cryptocurrency in blockchain? Like Bitcoin is crypto and also a blockchain. Okay, so somebody asked me like, what is cryptocurrency in blockchain? So I think there are a lot of people who are very new to blockchain. So it seems like that. So yeah. So see, there is. blockchain is basically uh, uh, a set of code. Okay, you write in C++ or Rust. You write a set of code, like how that code will run on everyone's computer, and then how these computers will interact with each other, how they will talk to each other. That is what the code you write. And as a protocol engineer, as a blockchain engineer, you work on this only. You write code in Rust, C++, Python, these languages, like how to network, how to get a block, how to verify that block, how to check whether the balance is correct or not. This is the code that you write in the blockchain uh, repository, kind of. Then, when you launch a blockchain, to run it, okay, there needs to be validators. So you cannot just run a network where anyone can deploy anything, and they can basically deploy any kind of smart contract. They can do any kind of transaction, because people will bombard it with like unlimited transactions. They can like run unlimited for loops. And then why would somebody basically you like uh, run this client software, this blockchain software on their computer? What is the benefit they will get out of it? I'm using my electricity. I have to keep my computer open 24 hours to run that blockchain network, the blockchain network software, I would say. So, and I will be using my storage space, right? So why I would do that for free? There is nothing free in this world. So to accommodate all these things, you need to pay them. Okay, you need to pay someone who basically validates all these transactions. So whenever a smart contract is deployed on the blockchain, and when you call a function on smart contract, it basically runs on everyone's computer. Okay, and everyone validates it, and specifically the validators and the miners basically validates whether you have a balance, whether everything is correct, and do all those things and create a block and then publish it. So all these things are resource intensive, and they have to be 100% up all the time. So nobody will do this for free. So to solve all these things, what these blockchain does is like, uh, they have to pay to these miners, validators, and for storing data, for storage space, for transaction space, for running the things. Now the thing is, you cannot pay all these validators with fiat money. You cannot pay with them in INR or USD, because one validator would be in Spain, another would be in USA, another would be in India. Then how you will send those people money, and how you will send those people money at the same time, right? Uh, Somebody did a transaction and they created a block. How you will send them money at the same time? So what they do to have full control over it, to not go through banks and all those things, and what that is what blockchain basically brings on the table, uh, to have a decentralized currency so that it gets paid easily in just seconds. They launch this cryptocurrency, they launch this token on the blockchain. This token is used for paying the gas fee. So on Ethereum is the blockchain, and ETH is the token of it. So ETH is used to pay the transaction fee to the validators, to the miners. It is used to pay the fee to them so that they keep running the blockchain, and there is something to pay for. And of course, from the user side, it is costly, like if they just bombard a lot of transactions on the blockchain. So that is like, they cannot do it now, because they cannot have 1 million transactions. They have to pay 1 million ETH to do it. Let's say, like, if that is like how much you have to pay for the fee. So that is what a cryptocurrency and a blockchain is. Blockchain is basically the underlying tech, but a token is there which basically helps to run that blockchain, helps to secure that blockchain, uh, a kind of that. Uh, the next question, I hope Om Anand, your question has been answered. I have few issues with hard hats, especially with hard hat config. How can I get rid of that? So I'm not sure what exactly the issue, so I cannot comment on that like that, like this. So maybe you can reach out to me if you have any specific technical issue. But the thing is, there are a lot of hard hat templates. I'm not sure what you are using exactly. As I said, I need to know the problem. What is the error that you are getting? So, but if you are totally new, there are like hard hat templates available on GitHub. People have already created a template. You just have to clone it and then write the contract, and it will run everything automatically. So you can use them as well if you are working on a project and you are like in a hurry to do it. Otherwise, you can just tell me what is the error, and maybe we can solve it after this call. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? I think if there is no questions, yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Mohit. So thanks to Mohit for taking the time to share his expertise with us today. His insights on the value of hackathons as a fantastic way to learn and grow in the tech field are truly invaluable. So thank you so much, Mohit,
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
the session.